In the beginning of the story, we see a deserted road in the middle of the mountains. A man named Nathan was lying on it. There was a crashed car in front of him. Seeing this, he realized that he had had an accident. But the surprising thing was that there was not even a scratch on his body in the name of injury. Suddenly, a man named Daniel came in front of him. He had had an accident by colliding with his bike. Nathan sees that Daniel does not even have a scratch. Daniel asked Nathan, "Do you remember when you left the car?" Then he realized that he did not remember anything. Daniel now says to him, "I think we are dead. And our souls are talking to each other." Nathan was not ready to listen to this. He quickly goes to his car where he sees his dead body. Seeing this, he got scared badly. He also believed that he was dead. And now he was worried about his children and friends. Daniel was also worried about his family, his wife and children. As soon as he took the name of his wife, he realized that Nathan did not take his wife's name. In the meantime, a car came here. Nathan stops the driver of the car and tries to talk to him. But the driver of the car could not hear him. Because he was a soul. The driver actually stopped in front of Nathan's crashed car. He now checks Nathan, who is dead. So he takes Nathan's wallet and leaves from here. Seeing his dead body, Nathan also believed that he was dead. And now he was panicking. Because he knew that after his death, he would be punished for his sins. And it was his sin that he killed his wife. Before he could say anything else, Daniel suddenly heard some music. He turned around and saw that a white door had opened there. And there was also snow falling on him. Daniel could hear the sound of music coming out of that door. But we found out that Nathan could not hear any such sound. Now they were saying that suddenly a red door opened behind them. The sound of screaming and screaming was coming from inside. And only Nathan was able to hear these sounds. Now they thought that this white door could be of heaven. But that red door is of hell. And because Nathan was able to hear the sound of the door coming out of hell. So it meant that Nathan was going to go to hell. And he was going to be punished for his wife's murder. But Daniel could hear the sound coming out of the white door. So Daniel was going to go to heaven. He panicked and said to Nathan, "I did not murder her. I just helped her. She was sick. She was suffering from her illness. I just helped her." Daniel did not pay much attention to what he said. And he himself went to the door of heaven. When he saw him going to the door of heaven, Nathan pushed him away and threw him away. And he himself tried to go inside that door. But there was no use. Because the door did not accept Nathan. Daniel tells him that you should behave like a good person. That is why I opened the door of heaven for you. After that, Nathan confesses that I did not push your bike on purpose. Daniel hugs him and tells him that it was not your fault. Actually, I was also distraught. Seeing the girl walking on the road in front of him. Saying this, he himself goes inside the door of heaven. But the surprising thing was that even after crossing the door, he was still roaming in this world. Now this is the same girl who Daniel was distraught seeing. And if that girl was able to talk to these two, then it was clear that she was also dead. She asks that little girl, "How did you come here?" Then the girl tells that someone hit me with a bike. And now Daniel also accepts that he was intoxicated while pushing the bike, and all this happened because of him. Now Nathan tells him to go inside that white door. Hearing this, the girl starts screaming loudly. Because he was afraid of these two. Even after refusing them, when she does not stop screaming. Then Daniel picks her up and throws her into that white door. After which that girl also disappeared. And that door also disappeared. Now only the door of hell was left here. It meant that these two had to go to hell. Nathan was afraid to go inside. He also acts cunning here. And by kicking, he sends Daniel inside this door first. And then he says to God, "I did not do anything wrong. I did not murder my wife, I just killed her for good." Seeing him say such things, a huge monster is seen here. This is a monster made of smoke. Now Nathan just had to kill him. But Nathan got scared of him and went inside the door of hell. Many souls were wandering on the ground in hell. In these many souls, he saw the soul of a girl. Seeing this, he was amazed. He touches the soul of this girl. Then he wants to see the life of this girl. This girl actually saw some horrible things in the world. Because of which she was always afraid. Her mom thought that the girl was sick. She wanted to get her treated. While her dad thought that the girl was dangerous for him. That's why they were always fighting. Still, her mom and dad were arguing. Ignoring them, she goes to the kitchen and starts putting jam on the bread. He was also having a lot of fun with a knife in a very strange way. After this, we see that girl with her therapist. The therapist tells the girl that she likes to annoy her sister. She likes to play with a knife and annoy her parents. She says that she wants to hurt her mom and dad. In the next scene, we see this girl sitting on the dining table. She was screaming loudly for breakfast, but no one heard her. Then she got up and left. When she came back, she had a ball of cereal in her hand. And there were blood stains on her clothes. When the camera is focused on the ground, we see that the girl's parents' dead body was on the ground. This means that this girl killed her parents. She checks if her parents are really dead. When she believes this, she kisses her mom on the cheek. Then she makes her jam sandwich again and goes to her basement, where she had a friend. His friend looked very scary. His name was Donnie. He was a strange creature. Now that his parents were dead, she could easily bring Donnie upstairs. She brings Donnie upstairs, where Donnie is very happy, because he saw the sun and the outside world for the first time. She bathes Donnie herself, and she makes his dad's clothes ready. Then they have breakfast. After that, Donnie helps her. Her parents' dead body was in the kitchen. But before her parents left, she wanted to show them something. She creates a theater show in her imagination. She brings Donnie in front of everyone. He was wearing clothes like a criminal. She tells her audience that Donnie is a killer, and she should be punished for what she did. Donnie says to everyone, "I didn't do anything. I always lived in my cave." But this girl says to everyone, "No, she killed my parents." Then tell me, what should she be punished for? Should she be hanged, or put in jail? After that, she kills her imagination by hanging her. Actually, nothing like this was happening here. Donnie was still helping Jean to fix her parents' dead body, while Jean was playing on the bed. Under the bed was her mom's dead body. After that, Donnie stands near the mirror. Then it turns out that he was not able to see himself in the mirror. It was clear that Donnie was only in Jean's imagination. He really didn't exist. And this also made us realize that Jean herself killed her mom and dad. And she repeatedly accuses Donnie. The next day, when Donnie and Jean were having breakfast, that's when the door was knocked. Jean went to check. There was a postman there, who needed a big man to deliver. She makes a ruckus in the whole house. Donnie, Donnie. But she doesn't find Donnie anywhere. Finally, the delivery man leaves. After the delivery man left, she also met Donnie in the same room in which she hid her parents' dead body. She went there and saw that Donnie was eating her parents' dead body. After that, in the next scene, we are shown burning Jean's clones, which must have been burned by Jean. After that, she was with her sister, and she told her sister that Donnie is hungry. She took her younger sister to the kitchen, and she set her in the oven. She set the oven on fire. After that, she started dancing happily in the whole house, and from behind her sister died. The scene ends here and goes back to hell, where Nathan was very sad to see all this. He was feeling bad. That's why he picks up the clothes from the two dead bodies behind him. These two dead bodies belong to the mother and daughter. As soon as he touched them, Nathan started watching their story. We see his mother, who started crying while making tea. Then she comes to her table with tea, and she calls her daughter by shouting. Suddenly, her gaze went to the table, where there was a drop of the phone, and it was frozen. She scratched that drop with a nail, and she started crying again. After all this, she goes to her daughter's room. There was her daughter's body in the bathroom, and from her behavior, it seemed as if she knew about this body. She takes her out of the tub, and then, like a doll, she puts her on a cloth and brings her to the dining table. She comes and puts breakfast in front of her, and she says, "Sorry, now get up. I know you don't like this school at all. Now I will not send you to that school at all. If everything was fine today, we would have been on vacation." The scene ends here and we are shown the scene one day later, where this girl was taking a bath in the washroom. Her mom comes and says, "Get ready quickly. You can't be late for school every day." The girl also gets ready and comes to the dining table. And she says to her mom, "Mom, I don't want to go to school. I don't like that school at all. Everyone bullies me there." Sitting on the table, she had a knife in her hand, which accidentally touched her finger, and she put the blood on the table. The same blood was removed from the table by her mom in the last scene. Anyway, here we are shown that they are arguing again. Her daughter does not want to go to school. When she says to her daughter, nothing happens. There is a new school, so it takes time to come to it. But her daughter wanted to leave the school. The scene comes again in the present, where her mom made her sit on the wheelchair, and said to her, "Let's go, we are going on vacation today." She was about to go out with him. Suddenly her mobile started ringing. And then the door was also knocked. She opened the door. So the strange thing was that there was a wall in front of the door. In a little while, she came to her senses and found out. This is not a wall. In fact, her neighbor is standing in front of her, who was trying to make her conscious. She answers her neighbor in fear. Actually, we are going on vacation. This neighbor was finding her behavior very strange. So the neighbor forcibly slides her. Comes inside the house, where she saw her daughter's dead body. And the scene shifted back one day, where we were shown that 4 people were bullying this girl in a very bad way. They forcefully take her out of the washroom, and make her sit on her knees, and make her lick her shoes. A girl was also making a video of her. She could not tolerate this insult, and she took her life. In the present, her mother was taking her in the car. She says to her in anger, "Say something, talk to me." But when her daughter does not answer her, she understood that her daughter is dead. She accepts the reality, and closes her eyes. She was crying, and getting emotional. She lost her control from driving, and her car went and collided with a car. In a little while, the firefighters arrived here. That woman was taken out of the car, but she did not want to leave her daughter alone. But the firefighters forcefully took her out of the car, and her daughter's dead body, about which they thought that the girl was killed in this accident. They did not know about her suicide. After seeing all this, Nathan was completely scared. He did not want to touch any other dead body. That's why he went back. And then the health guard came here, who told him that you are here because of your bad deeds. And now I will punish you for your bad deeds. Nathan tries to make him understand. I did not do anything wrong. I did a good deed. I gave him freedom from his pain. Then the guard answers him. No, whatever it was, you did not have the right to kill him. And now you will be punished for it. He takes her to a dark room, where there were many other souls. He says that you will have to live here for 4,000 years. Saying this, he left from here. And Nathan stood worried. He did not understand what to do. Then a very big soul comes in front of him, which starts harassing him. Nathan could not say anything to him. She was very old. She started beating Nathan. She beat him so much that he died in the world of this soul. Seeing this, the devil came here quickly and started scolding that soul. That what did you do? You have now sent him to the real world. We are shown a child in the hospital, in which Nathan's soul had come. That is, he had got life again. And while showing this, this story ends here.